Hey, what's up guys? Thermal11 here with discussion on Pokemon Go for, I guess, iOS devices and Android devices. This was a Pokemon game that was recently shown to be a smartphone Pokemon game, and I would say it's not the kind that you were looking for. This one is based in the real world and it looks okay-ish. Um, I found an image on Google and that's displaying on the screen right now. So I thought that was a perfect way of describing the game and everything. And I feel like I always have the unpopular opinion for things. Like even my friends have told me that. But this game doesn't look good. I don't understand where all the hype is coming from. It's not like, oh, I can have a Pokeball in real life, and I can throw it and catch Pokemon, and I'm Ash Ketchum, or I can be Red since people hate Ash and all that. No. It looks like you're going to have to travel to catch Pokemon. If people have the same map, I swear someone's going to do something bad, or someone's going to stalk someone. I know it. Then Nintendo will shut this down. They'll shut it down immediately, but I doubt people will have the same map. But even then, I still feel like the danger is there. There might be some young kid who's like, hey, let's go to this place. Oh, there's a Pokemon at this man's strange house. Knock, knock. Can we catch a Pokemon in your house? Sure, you can catch Pokemon in my house. I don't know. But the game will have events and everything. I just feel like this could end badly and the game will have to be removed. Nintendo does do that. It happened with Swap Note and everything. Something bad happens and they get rid of the game. It's just like that. And the graphics are alright, but what's there to get hyped about? I don't get the hype with this. And I always complain about the hype because I feel like you're setting your expectations up too high and then you actually play the game and it's not what you expected. It's kind of the same with like the Overlord anime. People thought Overlord was a great anime and everything, and Overlord is a good anime, but it's just like the main character's too strong. But that's kind of going off topic. The trailer was mostly in real life. Like, what are you getting hyped about? You're looking at people. You're looking at graphics of Pokemon. None of this is going to be in the game. It's not going to look like this. It looks bad. You know, someone brought up the idea of them possibly using the real world as for a background, and that would truly suck. I probably wouldn't even play it then. I hate when games have you use your camera and then you have the real world as a background. Nintendo's done that with a few games like the one where you put your face on there and you shoot at the balls and stuff on the 3DS, the one that's like pre-installed. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't, or what is it, the Dimpa Man or something like that? That has the real world background. Don't like that. Just use an actual background. I even think that it was shown that they will be using real world backgrounds because I believe Charizard is shown to be fighting in a forest or something like that. And if Nintendo does want to take over the phone market, Pokemon is the best series to start off with. And here's an example. Scribblenauts is on iOS. It's been in the top 100 in the App Store for a long time, and it's pretty high right now. It's Scribblenauts for like 99 cents. You don't get all the levels, of course, but you get levels from each game. Probably not the DC game, but the first three games, and I believe they add certain things on there, maybe a few levels, different features and stuff like that. They update it here and there. I don't play it anymore after I beat the game, but yeah. Um, so yeah, I believe Nintendo or any other company could take over the phone market. Really, it's not that hard. But do you want to? And we have people saying that this game looks great, but they haven't played Pokemon in years. And I dislike people like this the most. You can't buy a 3DS, which is cheap, but you'll buy a $300 phone and talk about how Generation 1 is the best or things like that. The new Pokemon don't look like Pokemon. They look like Digimon. Oh man, they made a Pokemon out of trash. I guess they're running out of ideas. Oh man, that Pokemon's an ice cream cone. I guess they're running out of ideas. And, you know, first generation Magnemite, what is that? It's like a magnet. I mean, come on. They're not all like creatures and stuff. Some of them are made out of different things, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I bet there are people out there who would say, I'd play Pokemon if it was on a phone or something like that. I have friends like that. They won't buy Nintendo systems, but they'll play them if they can emulate them. My friend has no 3DS, but he will get emulators of the original games on his phone, and I'm sure there are others like this. And really, Nintendo needs to take over the phone market just for situations like this. But even then, people will probably still emulate the games because they don't want to buy them for some reason, and they're cheap, but they'll buy a $300 phone. I don't know. It's just like you have money for a $300 phone, but you don't have money for like let's say Pokemon. I think Pokemon Go. I don't know. It might be free. Yeah, it's free. So, but what if it was like 99 cents? And some people are like, oh, I don't want to pay for that. You know, something stupid like that. But in the trailer, I really liked the part with Mewtwo fighting all the Pokemon, and he was holding them all off at first, but then he got overwhelmed because there were so many. And it seems like battles, like in the event battles, there'll be a group effort, and simply defeating the Pokemon will allow everyone to catch it. So if you defeat it in a group at least, it's automatically caught. Kind of like in the anime, when you defeat a Pokemon, you should be able to catch it, rather than in the video games where you defeat a Pokemon and it'll flee because you killed it or it's dead. I don't know. You can trade with others, and based on the graphics they showed with the real life scene, it appears to be pretty simple. You know, you have like different options on the screen, stuff like trade, catch, different stuff like that, depending on what you're doing. I just wish they would have shown more gameplay. And I don't really like this idea. When I said Pokemon needs to evolve, I meant like a new type, a new way of fighting, something like that, not this. And it seems like this game will work similar to the Google Maps game, which came out last year, which is funny because there was an April Fool's, which was funny because that was the April Fool's game, but it didn't really require you to travel. It required you to look around the map to find Pokemon, and you would kind of catch them. And is this one of those things where they try to get people to go outside? I mean, if so, it's really lame, because something like this will work in Japan, of course, because they always like doing stuff like stuff like that in Japan. Like the 3DS feature, the Street Pass and all that, that works in Japan. That doesn't really work that well here. You gotta go to like conventions or a college or something like that. You're not gonna really find that many people, and it's just really lame. Like, oh, we gotta go outside and catch some Pokemon. If you were gonna make a Pokemon game, why can't you just make an actual Pokemon game for iOS and Android devices? Like, why do you have to make this whole? You gotta go outside and catch Pokemon. Oh, it's Pokemon in real life, but yeah, we didn't make the full game. We just made a game with Pokemon in the background, and you can catch them and battle and trade. Is there even a story mode in this? But yeah, I might go outside to test this out, and that's it. And there are better things to do outside besides this game. Like if you're trying to get me to go outside, I could do something else. I could go ride a bike, go, I don't even know, like go work out, do something besides this. And I'm sure this game is going to need a constant connection to Wi-Fi unless it downloads the data if you exit the Wi-Fi. And it won't work for kids who don't have cell phones. And I'm sure there's some hardcore Nintendo fan out there begging for this to be on the 3DS, but the 3DS doesn't have a constant connection to Wi-Fi. And phones have much quicker ways to access Wi-Fi too. There's a watch that you can get with the game that'll vibrate and light up when you get near a Pokemon. That's pretty cool. And now I have a reason to wear a watch, maybe for a little bit. And some people were talking about how that watch will indicate like who's a player and who's not. I guess that's cool if you wanna make friends over that. The game will have in-app purchases, and people who don't really play smartphone games had a stupid reaction to this. You don't have to buy anything, but it would be nice for them to include one single price. People always moan and groan when they talk about in-app purchases, but if the game is free and you can play the game without the purchases, what's your problem? I don't get that. I do think they should include one single price, but other than that, you don't have anything to complain about. Plus, this game will work with future Pokemon games. I'm not sure how, but it will. That didn't sound right. And I'll try it, but I don't think it will be that good. It could lead to some terrible situations. I hope the best for this game, but it doesn't look that nice to me. Anyways, thank you for watching. What do you think about this announcement? I have other Pokemon videos and video game reviews on my channel. Check them out. I have a Facebook and a Twitter. Add me. Let's be friends. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!